The fifth and final season of Stranger Things is shaping up to be the best and the most definitive season yet. But did you catch all the small hidden details in the show's teaser trailer? Or do you know everything about its release on Netflix? Just to give you some context, at the end of Season 4, Steve, Nancy, and Robin set fire to Vecna's physical body and shoot him, seemingly killing him, but we already know he's coming back in Season 5. At the same time, Eleven uses her powers to bring Max back to life, but her brief death allowed Vecna's gates to fully open, spreading throughout Hawkins. Even though Max is alive, she's still in a coma at the hospital. That said, as soon as the teaser starts, we see Joyce talking to Will, and you can clearly notice that his hair looks way less like a mushroom than it did in season. Let's be real, it's a huge improvement, but it also suggests that some time has passed since the events at the end of Season 4 and this conversation between Joyce and Will. Joyce says she'll never forget that night. Out of all the terrifying and mind-blowing nights the main characters have experienced, she's clearly talking about November 6, 1983, 4 years earlier, when young Will first vanished into the Upside Down. He spent quite a while hiding from Demogorgons and communicating with his family through the Christmas lights. After that, there's a long montage of scenes from the first 4 seasons. Eventually, we get to the part where Joyce is holding an axe, and right then, the lights in the barn she's standing in start to flicker, hinting that someone with psychic powers is about to show up. The big question is it Eleven or Henry better known as Vecna? Another mystery that got fans talking is the identity of the 4 people standing behind Joyce. We believe the first one on the left is Will, now with his brand new haircut. That theory lines up if we compare his outfit to behind-the-scenes pics released by the Stranger Things production team. It's the same jacket Will is wearing in those photos. Right next to him, we're likely seeing Erica, Lucas's younger sister. Once again, this is based on her outfit, which was revealed in some leaked set photos. Up in the loft of the barn, things are a bit easier to figure out thanks to the bright clothes. That character is a newcomer debuting in Season 5, played by Jake Connolly, who's taking on the role of Derek Turnbow. Finally, the mysterious figure on the far right of the scene isn't very clear, but if we had to guess, we'd say it definitely looks like Robin once again stuck somewhere, about to face off against some kind of powerful creature. Right after that, we see Mike's mom holding his little sister Holly in a tight hug. And about that scene, we actually know exactly which episode it's from, the second episode of Season 5. It's called The Disappearance of Holly Wheeler, which likely means that Henry or Vecna, if you prefer, will kidnap the poor little girl to lure Eleven into a trap. Maybe even worse. Skipping a few seconds ahead in the teaser, we get to one of the most disgusting scenes so far, and it might be directly related to Holly's kidnapping. We see 2 people standing in front of a huge wall completely covered in those sticky vines from the Upside Down, and we can clearly see some weird bubble-like things growing on it. We're not totally sure, but we believe it's Hopper and Eleven, searching for someone. And if you've ever seen sci-fi or horror movies, you know exactly what those things are. Cocoons designed to hold something or someone. If that's the case, we've got 2 main options. Either Holly is trapped inside one of those nasty, slimy pods put there by Vecna himself, or it's where the Demogorgons are being created, which also makes sense since they kind of look like a mix between animals and plants, meaning that, sadly, there are definitely no storks in the Upside Down. But hey, it could also be both. If you're a Stranger Things fan too, hit that subscribe button right now. As we mentioned earlier, Max is still alive, but in a coma at the hospital, and Lucas is by her side as much as he can be. In the teaser scene where we see the 2 of them together, we can spot a small detail above Max's head, a drawing of 2 people holding hands. Those 2 are clearly Max and Lucas themselves, since the drawing was done by Max back when they were inside the house where Vecna lived as a young, sociopathic child. We also see Steve and Dustin in the Upside Down, probably about to cross back into the real world. What proves that is the fact that they're shown upside down, but the ground at their feet is clearly just regular flooring. That's exactly what happened in Season 4, when the group had to cross between our world and the Upside Down. Another clue is that they're surrounded by those creeping vines from the Dimension X-like area that covers the Upside Down. A few moments later, we see Mike protecting a group of kids from Hawkins by shielding them with his body. And based on the fallen soldier lying on the ground, it's likely that they're inside a military quarantine camp set up by the government around Hawkins. But if we look a little closer at that same scene, we can spot several more soldiers in the background either knocked out or possibly even dead. That strongly suggests the military camp might have been completely wiped out. Among the people standing behind Will, we can see that to the left are Will and his mom, Joyce. To the left and right of Mike are 2 girls we still haven't been able to identify yet. And right behind Mike is our new friend, Derek, the same character we saw earlier in the scene where Joyce is holding an axe. That could mean this scene takes place before the one with Joyce in the barn. And honestly, it really makes sense that they're all at the military base. But Eleven and Hopper are likely there too. In the previous scene, we see her standing next to her dad, hands on her head, blood running from her nose, surrounded by flashing red lights. As we know, sirens mean danger, and most likely the base is under attack by Vecna and his followers. We also noticed in that same scene that Hopper now has a massive beard even longer than the one he had back when he was stuck in that Russian prison. At this point, are they ever going to get Hopper a razor in this show?
You want to see real crazy?
More scenes show soldiers reacting to what looks like the opening of a portal connecting the human world and Dimension X. We can tell because the metal panels appear to be tearing apart from some overwhelming force. This scene is packed with small details that are really easy to miss since it goes by so fast. For example, one of the soldiers aiming his weapon at the floor has an armband indicating he's part of a military force. We can also spot someone lying on the floor wearing red pants, likely a government scientist, which makes total sense since we know that Season 5 will feature the legendary actress Linda Hamilton playing a government scientist. And let's not forget two things. Linda has serious sci-fi cred, since she starred as Sarah Connor in The Terminator and its sequel. Also, if that really is her lying on the floor, it just proves once again that secondary characters in Stranger Things don't exactly have great survival odds. R.I.P. Ed.
No, don't pull! No!
But the question that really sticks with us is, where are they exactly? To many fans, it looks like a military camp set up to maintain quarantine. But looking at certain features like the doors in the back and a building on the right side, we think the Army might be using a pre-existing Hawkins facility, like the kids' school. That would make this the second time the place has been invaded by Demogorgons, just like in Season 1. We also get to analyze some interesting things about the episode titles. For instance, Episode 4 is called Sorcerer, a direct reference to the Dungeons & Dragons wizard the boys love playing, especially the role Will used to play in the game. He was the group's sorcerer. It's probably in this episode that we'll see Will in that scene where he's having a full-on breakdown. Now Episode 6, Escape from Kamazots, is also a D&D reference. Kamazots is a creature in the game. What many fans don't know is that the origin of Kamazots actually comes from Mayan mythology. The name literally means death bat, and it's associated with darkness, the night, sacrifices, blood, and the underworld, which points to a brand new creature appearing in Season 5, something bat-like serving Vecna. Man, I really want to see that. Another cool fact about Season 5 is how Stranger Things will once again follow a release model similar to Cobra Kai. Unlike Amazon or Max, which drop their shows weekly, Netflix made binge-watching popular by releasing entire seasons all at once. But this time, as part of a new marketing strategy, Stranger Things Season 5 will be released in 3 waves. And this is going to be super interesting because there are only 8 episodes total. So how's that going to work? Netflix will drop the first 4 episodes on November 26th during Thanksgiving weekend. Then, 29 days later, the next 3 episodes will be released on Christmas Day, December 25. And the final epic episode will come out 6 days later, on the very last day of 2025, December 31st. Depending on when you're watching this video, some of those episodes may already be out. And if you're also obsessed with everything in pop culture, check out one of these 2 videos we're showing right now on your screen. Click either one. We guarantee you'll love it.